games are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Harold.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Harold, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Money out there with Green, and it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. You know, for a while, Smitty, there was some talk of eliminating conferences altogether. But the East has begun to turn things around. It's starting to emerge again.
You know, Kevin, me and you have been around a long time. It's going to always flip-flop back and forth. It was the East and it was the West. And I think right now, the East right now is turning that corner. In a couple of years, it'll probably be the dominant conference. I like the way it is. I don't want to see them eliminate conferences.
I agree. Good point. He gets it in there.
Man, the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. And, of course, his staff focused on its game plan against LeBron James. Who can score, who can pass. He's an entire offense into himself. They know it will take a complete team effort to come out on top. We'll see how they do, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Hands are the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
Now here's Jackson. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
The shot that time, not on target. Some solid defense from Money. It's LeBron with the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And what do you do with LeBron on the loose and coming at you full speed? All you can do is foul him.
No good on the second free throw. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
Jackson with it. Now guarded by Money. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. To the inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Lakers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And despite a fair amount of turnover, the Clippers have made the playoffs 7 out of the last 8 years.
I am so surprised. When you lose Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, you expect a complete rebuild. But the team stayed competitive throughout. And now they're well positioned into the future. Quick off his feet, the long arms, easy jam for Jackson.
James kicks to Green. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Clock at 6. James, the pass to Davis. Second chance shot. That shot, no good. Big D that time from Harold. George, no good.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Pass to Money. Now here is Davis. James looking around. The Lakers Lakers need to get a shot off here. Basket, good.
Not only does Howard set perfect screens, he cuts quickly after the pick has been set. Just the perfect pick and roll play.
Now here's Jackson. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And it's good for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's LeBron over Leonard. And that one's good by LeBron.
Understanding that defenses are going to guard against the drive, LeBron counters from the mid-range.
The pass to George. No good, shot missing. And the Lakers take it the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Rarely frazzled. They play with a pretty even temperature, in my opinion, throughout this entire game.
And the shot goes in.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis. For a time, Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at... Here's Money. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point. Murray, good. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now George, 26 points for him last game against Orlando.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Just 5 to shoot. Jackson from long range. Rebound by Murray. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 1. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
It's a thing of beauty watching an athlete that graceful, but that powerful.
Here's George. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Clippers lead by 1.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
To the middle. And there's the bucket for Money. Money's got 5.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Murray outside. Here's Money. 5 points in the game. Right side, Davis. Rebound by the Clippers. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Yeah, they look right at home, except they weren't. Great job of blocking out the noise.
And the Lakers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
You know perimeter scoring more important than ever. However, Anthony Davis, an elite scorer who still gets it done inside.
And you look at the top scorers in the league, not too many players 6'11" or taller.
Anthony Davis, the Greek Freak, and Karl Anthony Towns, the common thread, they can score facing the basket. All three franchise players.
Harrell up top, James covering. And it's Harrell missing. The Lakers trail. Money passes to Davis. Oh, that was something else.
The grace, the athleticism, most bigs could not have pulled that off, but AD makes it look easy.
George against Green. Count that bucket. And that's now 6 points for Paul George.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Pass to Green. LeBron against George. Passes it to Howard. Back to James. Lobbed up there for Howard.
Credit the vision of LeBron. Leave even one guy open, he'll find him.
And here is Shamet. He has 5. Pass to Harrell. On the wing, Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got 12 in the game.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Money. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
Well, LeBron garners so much defensive attention. That's how he's able to dominate the game as a facilitator.
The 3 from George. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Green taking his time here. Shoots over Shamet. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Jackson with it. Now Green defending. Floats one. The Lakers with the rebound. Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Guy is a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of
The drive by James, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the...
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We've seen Markieff Morris really having a great game.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks, and I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Lakers. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Anthony Davis is out there with Howard, and it's Money in at the 1.
Fabulous night for Jackson. He's unconscious scoring the basketball. You see all the work he's put in, and it's paying off. A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
And Morris drops them both. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the 76ers was a revelation. He ended up with 21 points and throughout the game took smart, efficient shots that found the bottom of the net. And that game had his name written all over it. Kevin, we'll see if he can come through in a big way again tonight.
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
What I like is they just kept calling his number. Sometimes we see coaches go away from what's working, and we wonder why.
It's Jackson with the drive. No good that time.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
The pass to Money. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. The list of contenders for the three-point contest is really interesting this year. Every one of these guys is capable of going lights out in a setting like that.
Yeah, the field is almost set, and I wouldn't want to have to make a prediction. These are all fantastic shooters. It's just a matter of who gets hot on that day.
Well, you look at LeBron James. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend, but, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And the excitement for this year's three-point contest keeps growing as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. Some amazing shooters in line to take part.
Hard to pick a winner out of that group of contenders, but safe to say it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Some players out there are either loved or hated by the fans. There's no in between, Smitty. But when you take a look at divisive players in the league, who pops into your head?
Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James. There's some people who love him, and there's some people that hate him.
Sure.
Joel Embiid is starting to creep into that conversation. Those are some of the guys some people love him and some people hate him.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here's Money, and the layup's good off the glass. Money's got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Outside Jackson. Here's Leonard, and hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track. Leonard's got 6 points.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Caruso looking for an opening. Lakers passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. About halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at the Clippers. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers, right at second place.
And I think for the Lakers, the step forward they've taken this season has been a giant one. I thought they'd be an improved team, but I had no idea they could be this good.
And you're not alone. How could anyone have predicted this? Nobody thought they'd be such serious contenders this deep into the season.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Murray comes in for Dwight Howard. And Smith subbed in for Alex Caruso. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Redick is checked in. Here's Smith. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the wide open shot from Redick. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Redick's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. Here's Money, guarded by Jackson. Here's Money, and the rejection by Harrell. And that's out of bounds for the Lakers. And here's James, he'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. Leonard down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Jackson is out there with Williams. And it's George in at the 3 spot. Williams kicks to Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Money passes to LeBron. Good, nice job down low.
You could say, LeBron, that's too easy. But great players create these opportunities every single night.
Pass to Leonard. Over Davis. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight. Lakers trail by 7. James outside. Harrell trying to free himself up. James, no good. The Clippers shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Count the basket. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Not many guys change end to end faster than Lou. Hard to match up with in the open floor.
Here's Money, guarded by Jackson. No good from Money. The Clippers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. George passes to Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Clock at 4. The Clippers need to get off a shot. George, that's a 2-pointer. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Lakers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. On the wing, James, defended by George. Here's Howard, trying to get open as Davis. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Dwight Howard. So it's the Clippers now. Outside Jackson. George against LeBron. The shot by George, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And inside is where Howard does the most damage, especially how he gets these calls. And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now. A 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
Timeout called the Lakers. And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
Davis, the pass to Money. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And they're able to recover.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
And that one falls for Davis. And both free throws good for Davis.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Here's Money. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 6 assists now in the game.
A 3-and-D player. That break started by Danny Green's awareness on the defensive end, creating the turnover.
Pass to Morris. Dishes to George. Pulls up on the elbow. Rebounded by the Lakers. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words what he's able to do on the basketball field?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Here's Money, and it's all evened up.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Leonard against LeBron. And yes, it's good. 18 points for Kawhi Leonard.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
The shot's good for money.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Clippers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Jackson with the bounce pass from 11 feet away. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 5 here tonight. Money passes to James. And here is Howard. He's covered by Leonard. Howard with it. Shoot from the right block. And it goes through once again. Nice hit there for money.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Now here's Jackson. He's covered closely. And Jackson throws it down hard.
This is what the team needs from Jackson. Leadership when the game heats up.
Knocks it loose. The dive for the ball. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. JaVale McGee's check in for the Lakers. Here's Jackson. Inside and stolen by James. And there's the pass to Green. Back to James. 5 to shoot. Passes it to Money. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Leonard draws the double. Now the feed to Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 6th assist on the night.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
And the Lakers call time here. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
This guy is killing you, and so far I haven't seen a good adjustment defensively.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Pass to Money for 3. They grab their own miss.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those chip-ins are easy to come by. Jackson looking around. Bucket is good. Jackson's got 32 points.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
Lakers passing it around. Here's Money. Here's Davis, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Davis has got 6 in the quarter.
This just in. AD is not going to buckle up and fold. He's unafraid of the moment.
Leonard against LeBron to the inside. And it's Harrell missing.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
James against Leonard. On the wing, Jackson. Misses the 3. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
And it's Davis missing to take the lead. Got it!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 2. 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1. We'll see if they try.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, listening in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. George dishes to Jackson. With the floater. Yes! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
That's what Jackson's doing right now. Supreme confidence in the clutch.
Timeout called the Lakers. James against Leonard. Pass to McGee. LeBron outside. But they get it back.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. George with the ball. Now Green defending, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So for the Clippers right now, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Williams. And Harrell's in at center.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Outside Williams, kicks to Harrell. Back to Williams. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
Seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
As the stakes start to rise throughout a game, your stars have to rise to the occasion. Big shot by Anthony Davis.
Leonard against James. Leonard inside. 6 to shoot. Bounce pass, Harrell. From deep three-point range. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Clippers trail by 4. And the Clippers call time here. About 90 seconds off the clock here in the extra period. Now the pass to Williams. On the wing, Morris. Shot clock at 5. Here's Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Lakers leading by 4. Davis kicks to James. Davis. Over Williams, and there's another one for the Lakers.
He's in that AD rhythm. Defensively, you need to try and deny him the ball. He's too hot.
Outside Williams takes the 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. And that's a foul called on Money. That's his first foul. Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. On the wing, Williams from outside the arc. Rebounded by McGee. The Lakers in the lead. Here's LeBron softly drops in the floater.
Every shot in the world at his disposal. LeBron with the soft teardrop over the top.
Leonard against James. To end the drought. And Davis pulls it down.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Money. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Money's got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers. The Clippers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Leonard against LeBron. Leonard attacking, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. A platoon. And the Lakers with possession here. And so the Lakers take the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
Saying thanks for watching. So long.
Che, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up?
You did a lot of distributing tonight, leading the team in assists for your first time as a pro. How were you able to generate so many open looks?
I mean, I don't know if I did anything special. I just kept the ball moving. Found the open man, passed it to him, and hit the shots. So, shout out to my teammates for hitting open shots.
Cool. Thanks, Shay.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
All good, Ted. Good seeing you, brother.